Shabbos, everyone. I'm recording this right after my Tfilat Hanetz over here on the border. I don't know what's going to aspire the rest of Friday. In the Parsha, something so deep that Rabbeinu brings out. Avram and Yitzchak are going to the Akedah. They're going on to a mission that you can't even fathom. Avram Avinu is going to be asked to do the impossible, right? To die in Kiddush Hashem, he's willing to do already. He jumped in the furnace, we know this. But to kill your son, your only son, your prodigy, for Hashem, that takes a very big stance. And Yitzchak's going to his end. And Yitzchak's not a kid. He's 37. He knows what's happening. And yet he's willing to follow his father. But Rabbeinu says that sometimes a person can find himself in the lowest pit, the lowest of the low. Think of Yitzchak. There's no way out. He's not going to fight his father in this. Hashem's word was very clear. And yet, Yitzchak says something that seemingly seems like a question. He says, Ayeh aseh leolah. Wait, Avram, you're going, he says, my father, you're going to, bring a sacrifice to God. Where is that sacrifice? Right? Seemingly it's himself. But he's actually, Rabbeinu says, he's not asking a question. He's saying, Ayeh aseh leolah. What is actually the sacrifice you want to give? It's the ayeh. It's that question. It's that unknowing. When a person is willing to live in a life where I don't have all the answers, that's the greatest sacrifice. The Heiliger Baal Shem Tov said, faith doesn't mean that everything's going to be okay. Faith means being okay with everything. Whatever Hashem gives me, I'm okay with it. This is the greatness. You see, Am Yisrael in the last month, we're mamash felt like there's an akedah. The best of our children, the elderly, people who were slaughtered just for being Jewish, just for the fact that they're willing to live in the land of Hashem. They did nothing but living and being born here, surviving the Holocaust and coming to the only refuge. And the greatest thing Rabbeinu tells us is when you're in the lowest of the low, by reminding ourselves, by telling the heavenly court that the greatest sacrifice is living with Ayeh. With Ayeh is Rashi Tevot Im Yirtzeh Hashem. If Hashem wants. If Hashem wants, then A. And if Hashem wants, then B. And if Hashem wants, then C. The greatest sacrifice is not saying that everything's going to be okay. It's being okay with whatever Hashem gives me. This is what Hashem gave me, I'm okay with it. That's the greatest sacrifice. Ayeh is also Rashi Tevot Eretz Yisrael Shlema. The full, complete Eretz Yisrael from the Nile till the Euphrates, as Hashem promised Avram in the Parsha. This is the greatest of the great. And when a Jew is willing to live on the level of Ayeh Mekom Kevodo, of Ayeh Aseh Leolah, of the greatest covenant for Hashem is Ayeh, is I'm okay with whatever Hashem gives me. The greatest sacrifice is Ayeh Aseh Leolah. I'm given to sacrifice the fact that I don't have all the answers. If you can do that, then we don't have to sacrifice anything. If I'm sacrificing that I'm living a life where I'm putting my faith in Hashem's hands, where I'm being faithful, then I don't have to sacrifice anything else. Should be zocheh. And in this week's Parsha, through the avodah of Ayeh Aseh Leolah, of screaming out to God, Ayeh Mekom Kevodo, your greatest honor is Ayeh, is living with not knowing, is Ayeh Aseh Leolah, sacrificing my need to be in control, my need to know. If I'm able to do that, then we don't have to have any other sacrifices. Should be zocheh to see this speedily in our days. Rabbi Amenu. Shabbat Shalom, dearest friends.